Page 16, sharps, flats, and naturals. So a natural sign is our new symbol here. A natural sign, which looks like this, kind of like a sharp, but it has some of the edges cut off. It's placed before each a note, and it cancels, underline this, cancels a sharp or a flat. So you need to know what a natural is and what its purpose is. Sharps, flats, and naturals are all called accidentals. So the definition of accidentals are sharps, flats, and naturals. Accidentals affect every note on the same line or space for the remainder of the measure. So in other words, they carry. I want you to write, they carry. Exclamation mark, there you go. Bar lines cancel all accidentals, so this is important. Cancel all accidentals from the previous measure unless a note is tied across the bar line. So this can get a little tricky here, but you're going to see this in a lot of your music, so you have to learn how to read this and get comfortable reading it. So at this point, we're comfortable with most notes, we're comfortable with many rhythms. We're going to have some ties in here as well. You have some examples here, provided here at the top above this line. For example, this is F sharp, and here's how we show it. It carries through the measure. It also carries all the way to here until a bar line. Notice that this is regular F. This is regular F simply because of the bar line. And since there isn't a sharp in our key signature over here, we don't need to worry about it. So this is F, F sharp. Guess what? It carries. Draw that line there. And that's how you're going to show me in your work. The second one, if this is F sharp, so is this. And so is this. And the only way that F sharp can carry throughout the measure, besides in the measure, carry across the bar line, is if it is tied. So that happens to be the same note name from here to here. So we're going to do this. That's how we get across. Now, notice on beat 2 here of the second measure, they make this F sharp. That's because this only was in effect for the duration of that tie. And then on beat 2, it's F sharp again. G, and then, guess what? This one carries here. So that makes that F sharp as well. So if you draw your little arrows, that'll tell me you know what's going on, everybody's comfortable, and we all know what's going on. A natural is used to cancel sharps and flats. So we have here a B flat, and then a natural within the measure. So that means, guess what? This would carry. So we're going to draw our little arrow there. Then in order to make the fourth beat here flat, they have to actually write the flat symbol again, because this B would stay natural until otherwise indicated. In the second measure, we have B, B flat, B natural, B flat. Guess what? The tie is still in effect, so that will carry. They have to draw a flat here in order to make that flat, and then they cancel it on beat 3, and then they have to do it again on beat 4. So we use those to cancel flats and sharps. All right, now let's go ahead and apply these to the ones below. Write the name of each note. Well, we're in treble clef. Every good boy does. Boy, boy. Notice I'm just getting the note names first. F sharp. We'll just do F, 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 G. Very simple notes. E. Down one note would be D, and then we end on D. Now let's go back, and notice they're all capitalized. Let's go back and add our accidentals. Nothing here, B flat, B natural, or B flat. We're going to have to do B flat. Here's why, and I want you to show your work. So you're going to draw an arrow, going from there to there. Accidentals carry throughout the measure. Now we're on a new measure on this next one. That's regular B. Do not put a flat symbol there. A, F, sharp, and we're going to draw carrying. So that makes this F sharp, and then just like in our example cited above, if that's F sharp and it's connected with a tie to the next measure, that makes the next note F sharp. G, E, D flat, D. Not D flat, just regular D, because of the bar line, which cancels everything before it, unless otherwise indicated in the key signature. So you should have an arrow here and an arrow here. with a few accidentals in between. Put a check next to number 1. Number 2, bass clef. Good boys do fine always. Go back 1 letter, so F. Let's get our note names again. F again, G, F, G, A, B, A. A lot of stepwise motion here. Big skip, all cows eat. E, E, and the last note will be F. So we got all of our capital letters in there. All we have to do is go back and add our accidentals. Now we're in 3/4 time. So F sharp, and that's going to carry. I'm showing my work all the way through that measure. So guess what? This last note here is also F sharp. G, A flat, and that's tied. So guess what? That's also going to be A flat, B flat, A flat, because we're still in the measure. E flat, canceled by the natural. It remains canceled, so we're just going to leave it as regular E. We don't even need to write a natural sign, but we could if we wanted to. And the last note is F. Put a check next to number 2. Okay, number 3. Back to treble clef. Every good boy does. So let's do the same. D, D, C, D, 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 C, D, D, C, B, B, G. So once again, we have our letters in there. We're in 2/4 time. Regular D, D flat. C, D what? That's right, D flat. Let's draw our arrow to show that it carries. Not D flat because of that thing here called D, bar line. Now D flat. C, guess what? D flat, and it's carrying only because it is tied. So this will be D flat, C, B flat, regular B natural to the right, and then a new measure, G. So we only have 2 where they carry. Now 3 actually. Forgot to do this. There we go. Put a check next to number 3. Number 4. In treble clef, still, be careful, always look at your clef. 4/4 time, get your note names again. F, A, I hope you're getting quicker at this. B, C, D, F, G, F, E, D. C would be on the first ledger line, so this is B. Not a lot of space here to write. B, 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 B. A lot of B's here at the end of this thing. Okay. So first note's F sharp, A, B, C sharp, D, F sharp. I'm going to draw my arrow from the first note to the last note in that measure just to indicate that I understand that that's going to carry throughout the measure. G, F, E, D flat, B, B flat, B natural. Regular B, because this carries. And I suppose we could have done that up here way above too. Since this is going to carry, we could have drawn that. And the last note is B. Because that natural is also going to carry all the way to the last note, unless otherwise indicated with a flat symbol or sharp. Okay. Let's go ahead and put a check on number 4. We have 1 left. Number 5. Bass clef. All cows eat. F. E. D. D. E. D. 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 C. B. 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 E. And E. Make sure you put one on every line indicated. Okay, now let's go back and add our flats and sharps. E flat, F sharp, E, D, regular D, because nothing here is indicated before. D, E, D flat. Now it's a new measure. This stays D flat. And this will carry because it wasn't canceled. C, B flat as well, B natural. This is a new measure, so that's B, and we're going to have to draw to understand that we know that this B flat carries. E flat, and of course E flat. And we'll draw our little arrow to show that it carries.